Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The Seven from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The Seven is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find The Seven podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.
I'm Rodney Williams.
And I'm Travis Holloway. Welcome to the Wealth Break Podcast, a real conversation about finance.
Let's be honest. Building wealth doesn't look the same for everyone.
I feel like sometimes being broke is a cycle and that we might have to revisit that.
And we're not stopping at success stories.
What happens when it doesn't go right? How do you cope with it?
Because wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating a life where you thrive and help others do the same.
Listen to the Wealth Break Podcast on the iHeartRadio app.
All right, thanks for being with us. My name is Sandy. Coming to us from the Windy City, the city with broad shoulders from Chicago. JB is with us today.
Wait, city with broad shoulders? I've never heard that.
Neither have I.
You never heard that before?
No.
Windy City I've heard a million times. What is the story behind broad shoulders? I've never heard that.
I just thought that was a slogan of Chicago.
Oh.
I just have heard it before. The city with broad shoulders, city of broad shoulders. I don't know.
Huh.
Maybe you made it up.
Maybe I just made it up. I don't know. Sometimes that happens too. I think I know things, and it's really just things I've made up.
Why is Chicago called Big Shoulders? You're close.
What do you mean I'm close? What does it say?
It's called Big Shoulders, just because it's a hardworking city. Yeah, just it's a hardworking
like working
city.
class kind of city.
Yeah.
It wasn't the elitist New York or the Hollywood LA
or the techie Austin.
Right.
Yeah. Huh.
Right. So
I've never heard that. I like learning stuff.
Well, you like learn. I like learning stuff too. Trish, you like learning stuff?
I mean, it's fine when I feel like it.
JB, tell everybody quickly why you're up in Chicago.
Oh, I'm just up here for a couple days. I just got in. I do some work with these power sports industry consultants.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's motorcycles, ATVs, boats, wave runners, all that stuff.
Side by sides, they big into that too.
Yeah, that's actually like one of the fastest growing segments in power sports. Probably the fastest is those side by sides. And so I know that's a weird term, but that's like these off road where you looks like you're in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
And you go off roading, and it's super safe and fun, and that's a huge thing now.
I flipped one a couple summers ago and broke the frame. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was a side by side.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Going too fast out of a turn and just got out from underneath me and did 2 flips and landed on the top.
But that's the point of why it's so popular now, because you're still here. If that was a motorcycle accident, right.
Yeah.
Not so safe. But these side by sides with the roll cages, and you can do it with your significant other, your kids. Like it's huge.
We were flipped over. I was with my buddy Moore. Up in,
I would have given anything to see this.
He was pissed. He was pissed at me.
It was his.
He was pissed at me. No, it wasn't his.
Wasn't even his, and he was still mad.
He was just mad that I was driving crazy. And but what was funny about it is, people get these things and they get them all tricked out with winches and all kinds of stuff. And we're flipped over on the hood. We got out and we're standing there like a couple of hillbillies from Texas, like, well. What do we do now? Do we call somebody? And 30 seconds later, this crew of guys rolled up in one. And they're like, "Hey, you need some help?"
They were like, "Look, we get to use our stuff."
They got the winch out and they hooked it up and flipped it over.
Off-road people get off on rescuing other off-road people.
Yeah.
It's a badge of honor.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of like
it's also kind of a karma thing. I call it like, so I call it boat karma. I'm like real into boats. If someone's broken down and you want to drive by and ignore it, but you're like, boat karma. I got to help them because it's going to come around.
Yep. Speaking of boats, have you heard about the flying boat on Lake Austin?
No.
No.
Flying is kind of a loose term. They call it a flying electric boat. It's now at Lake Austin. The Four Seasons Lake Austin partnered up with a company called Navier N30, and it is a hydrofoil boat. So there's a hydrofoil in the front and the back, and once it gets up to speed, the boat part of it raises up in the air.
Wow.
And you're just cruising along Lake Austin. They said they're going to launch 20 more of these electric boats across the United States by the end of this year. And
so it doesn't fly, it foils.
It's like a hover boat.
Yeah.
You've probably seen a hydrofoil, someone riding a board, behind a boat.
Well,
Same
they were
type of
doing
thing.
this. It was probably 20 years ago when they introduced this in America's Cup. Do you remember that? How controversial that was?
Yes. Yeah. And it was a big deal whether or not it was legal.
Yeah.
It's a yachting race, Trisha. by the way.
I know
America's
what the American Cup is.
Okay.
America's Cup. Yeah, it's sailboat racing. And then I think it was the US that showed up with a foil.
Yep. Yeah.
And it just destroyed everybody. Basically, the whole thing lifts out of the water and it's barely touching the water. That's cool.
And so it is pretty cool. And it's for people at the residents at Lake Austin, if they want to get from one part of the lake to the other. Now, I didn't know you could have any kind of powered boat on that part of the lake where the Four Seasons is. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. When you said that, I was thinking of Lake Austin Spa. And you said you said Four Seasons because you can't have motorized boats on Lake Austin except for the boats supporting the crew people.
Right.
It's downtown. The Four Seasons. Yeah,
Wow.
right there.
Interesting.
Maybe because it's electric. I have no idea. I dug into this and couldn't find much more than that. But it's pretty interesting. So,
good luck dodging all the paddle boarders.
No kidding. They're everywhere.
Have you driven across Lake Austin on a weekend and seen
I do it
how many paddle
insane.
boarders are out there? It's like
I do
a
it every
traffic
Sunday.
jam.
Yeah, every Sunday when I come across, I'm heading north at about noon on every Sunday. And as I drive across, I always look out there and to my right, it's just packed.
It's insane, isn't it?
Yeah. And I remember when JB first you knew someone that was in the stand-up paddleboard business or something like that, and you had one and you were explaining it to me, and you're like, dude, this is going to be huge, these stand-up paddleboards. I'm like, you're out of your mind.
That was a long time ago.
Who wants to do that?
I remember doing one and my abs were so sore for so long. It's a huge ab workout.
Yeah, you're balancing, and so you're having fun, but you're balancing, so you don't even realize you're working out. They're super fun.
For those who don't know, it's basically standing up on a surfboard with a paddle.
Yeah.
And cruising around doing it that way. So anyway, stand-up paddleboards, sport of the future. Coming up just a little bit, Trisha has got the story we love. And I got to tell you about I think a great senior prank at an Austin high school. Trisha, you're going to be proud of your Maroons.
I don't know.
All right. So what do you have in the story we love?
All right. Texas Monthly's 2025 list of the 50 best barbecue joints has been released. It's only released every 4 years. I'm going to tell you kind of where Austin and right around Austin stands. And I'm also going to let you know that I have discovered the world's greatest job.
All right. Stay with us. The story we love coming up on Austin's 80s station, 103.1. Texas Monthly's best barbecue issue is out, and Trisha's going to tell us how Austin, Central Texas fared in that list. That's in just a moment. But first, Trisha is a proud graduate of Austin High School.
Mm-hmm. Loyal forever.
Where their incredibly intimidating mascot of Mr. Maru,
which is a maroon puffball, doesn't really strike fear into the hearts of their competitors.
No, it doesn't. But they may want to change their name to the Austin High Camels.
I know.
because
I
the
know.
senior prank this year at Austin High is they got a camel brought to the school. I don't know how they did it or what they did, but it's pretty damn funny.
They had to get it cleared, and they had a camel handler. That's hard to say, there the whole time to make sure the animal was taken care of. But yes, that was their senior prank, to have a camel on campus.
Like,
I think it's funny.
Just cruising around, like walk it through the building. Like, what did they do? All of the above?
All the above. Just took it around the school.
Yeah.
Walked it around. It had handlers. I'm reading that right now. It had handlers. But still, pretty damn funny to get a camel.
So random.
Right, a camel. Someone said, hey, let's get a camel and bring it to school for a senior prank.
One hump or two humps?
She's a one humper.
Single humper?
Yep, saw a picture. He's a one hump.
Curious. One humper.
One hump chump. That's what he is.
I think it's more expensive to get a 2-humper.
Is it?
I think so.
Yeah.
You rode a camel once, didn't you?
Yeah, Landry and I did at the zoo in Omaha. Our camel's name was Angie. I remember that.
Must have been when you were not with me, because I don't remember the whole camel
I think
thing.
we might have gone with your mom, with Apple.
I got you. So way to go, Austin High. But still, you guys can do better than Mr. Maru.
I don't know.
The puffball mascot.
I think the big senior prank. It was not my class. I don't remember my class doing anything. This was at Georgetown High, and I actually graduated from Westwood in Northwest Austin, but I spent more time in Georgetown. They put like a Volkswagen on top of the building, like the class before me.
Really?
That was kind of funny, right?
That's pretty clever. Yeah.
I don't know.
The seniors at Landry's school, they just taped up the bottom and top end of the stairwell and filled it with balloons.
Yeah, that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Not too crazy.
I don't think my senior class did anything.
I don't really recall ours doing anything. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
From the Lesnar Home Studios, it's Trisha Delisha.
All right, so the 2025 edition of Texas Monthly's 50 Best Barbecue Joints in Texas has come out. It only comes out every 4 years, which I guess it's because the barbecue editor, the best job ever, his name is Daniel Vaughn. How do you get that job as barbecue editor?
No kidding.
Yep. He and his staff traveled to 319 barbecue spots across the Lone Star State in order to do this list. That's literally their job, is just to drive around and eat barbecue.
That's like trying one almost daily for a year.
Yeah. Yes. I think it's amazing.
Only job better than that would be ranking the best strip bars in Texas.
I'd rather have.
I don't know. There's some bad ones.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to go take good with the bad. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Dreamers on 35.
The landing strip by the airport.
I don't remember the one off I-35. Dreamers is the porn shop.
I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but I found the most disgusting ones. It was a mission. It was me and some of my college buddies in Dallas. I said, let's see if we can find the worst booby bar in town tonight.
Now, is this...
Hold on, you got to hear the story.
Oh, okay.
And we went to a whole bunch of them, and we ended up going to one. We didn't get there till after hours, but they still served us, like after 2 a.m. It was Shea Pussycat in Dallas on Northwest Highway by Bachman Lake. And we're like, okay, well, they're selling us beer. It's after 2 a.m. We were probably 23-ish. And that was the goal. Let's find the worst strip bar in town.
And you found
it. So no one was coming out. We're like, oh, that's pretty good if you want to be the worst.
Nobody's stripping.
And then they had this small, it was in a strip center, and they had a small rotating floor.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, someone came out to strip, no less than 8 months pregnant.
God.
Did you look at your buddies and go, we found it?
Yeah.
We got it right here. Winner.
Wow. Oh, that is so disturbing.
Yep.
Wow.
Not one of the, not one of the proudest moments in my life. But you see, we were doing it for the novelty.
Right.
Right.
It's a great challenge. I like that.
We weren't doing it because we enjoyed it. It was like, how bad can this get?
Maybe Texas Monthly will do a write-up, y'all.
So tell us about the barbecue.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
so very happy. That's okay. Very happy to say that 2 Austin barbecue joints made the top 10 list. Number 6, Interstellar Barbecue.
I've heard Michelin Award winner.
Yeah.
I haven't been to that one.
I've heard about it so
If you
many
said
times.
2, I would say Franklin's and Terry Black's.
No, they did not make the top 10 list. There were a lot of things, a lot of the ones that have been regulars in like the top 10 list that did not make it because there are so many new barbecue places that are like infusing different cultures and stuff into the barbecue. And Franklin's and Terry Black's are more traditional and they've been at the top for a long time. Number 2, Leroy and Lewis Barbecue in Austin.
By the way, can I tell everybody, Interstellar is on Lake Creek Parkway off 620.
That's out in our neck of the woods.
Yeah.
So Leroy and Lewis, I've ridden by this on my bike. It's like Ben White and Bannister or something like that.
Wow. Bannister's out there.
Yeah, I've ridden. It's a new building, and I was like, "Ooh, I bet that's good." I'm gonna go try it. I will go try this and get back to everybody because I've ridden by and I just had a feeling it was good.
Yeah.
Another one I would put on there. I'm surprised it should be on there. I've been touting it at the demise of not being able to get barbecue because they run out. But Brown's Barbecue on South First in a trailer.
Brown's Barbecue did not make it. They had the top 10, and then they had a list of the best of the rest, which was all over Texas. Briskets is one of them. Franklin Barbecue made the best of the rest. La Barbecue made the list of the best of the rest.
On East Cesar Chavez.
Styles Switch Barbecue.
Ooh, I love. Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
They don't do it all the time. There's a few Style Switch locations.
Oh,
and the one in Drip, only that one for some reason. And it's not the right time of year to tell you, but they do a brisket gumbo.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I stopped in there when I was going to meet a friend, and I was like, "This is one of the most amazing things I've ever had in my life."
Wow,
really?
Brisket gumbo.
That sounds good.
Wow, that does sound amazing. They do give pro tips on some of these, and for Styles Switch Barbecue, they said that you should definitely try the Serrano glaze, which is standard on the pork ribs and the Brussels sprouts. Like they give little tips about what you should try when you're there. A new one that sounds so good is called Barb's BQ in Lockhart.
I've heard of that one.
It's kind of a new one. It's been around for a couple of years. And they said that it is incredible that you should go in and order the $150 full house, which is like 4 different meats and all the sides and desserts.
Did the one in Lexington, Snow's Barbecue, make the list? That one's supposed to be great.
I don't see that one.
I'll tell you about one that's not going to ever make this list because it's the public can't have it. But I'm going to tell you, there's a dude at Spanish Oaks Country Club. His name is Jason. Jason does the barbecue at that golf course. They've got little comfort stations around the golf course where you can duck in. It's pretty amazing, really. I mean, they got candy bars, they got fruit, they got beer. I mean, you name it, it's in there. But at that particular one, they do barbecue, and that barbecue that guy does is the best barbecue I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, of course,
statement,
Jason works for Spanish Oaks, so it's not like
All right,
it's a
Sandy,
private
you're
club.
a good friend, but I got to call you out. Well, the best barbecues, actually. It's
I'm a guest. I'm a guest. Oh, no.
It's a tag
I'm just telling you, it's a shame that it's not
the
for
general public can't
everybody.
get it. Yeah.
Right, because I didn't want, I just want a bunch of people going, "Hey, Sandy said barbecue's good here."
Showing up at the gate.
You know what I mean? They'll
Pull
be
up
like,
to the gate, the entrance.
Yeah, they're like, "We're just here for barbecue." Sandy said it was good.
Look,
Sorry.
you people are playing golf out here. At least people playing golf. Do y'all want to know what the number 1 barbecue place in Texas is according to Texas Monthly?
Oh, yes.
Can find it in Seguin, Texas. Burnt Bean Company.
Burnt Bean Company?
Burnt Bean Company.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
big honors.
That's huge. I think it's huge.
Aaron Franklin is steaming mad right now.
Yeah.
kidding.
He's counting his money. He didn't care.
He's been the darling forever. I'm glad someone came along.
That'd be a good day trip to go to Seguin.
Yeah.
It's not that far. What, an hour maybe?
Don't they got that egg processing plant there too? Where a bunch of eggs. Seguin.
I
think
know.
there is. I think there's like a big place where they a bunch of chickens that lay eggs. Big eggplant.
I don't know, but I do want to go there simply because not only did they say that the barbacoa taco was incredible, along with the pork
What is
sausages.
barbacoa? That's English, please.
Barbacoa is how? Are you kidding?
I don't know the
"Don't you
definition of
explain?"
barbacoa.
It
What
just
is
has like a Mexican twist on pork, right?
It's the sauce in it and stuff.
Yeah, I
too.
believe
Right.
so. But they're also known for their amazing sides and desserts, which heck yeah,
That's
I'm on
what
board with
Trisha's
that.
all about, the sides.
Yeah, Burnt Bean Company. We should go there.
Road trip to Seguin.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And also, how do I get the barbecue editor job?
No one does barbecue sides better than Rudy's. So I said Rudy's.
True.
Where you grab a thing of pudding on your way out, and a chunk of cheese
And a giant pickle.
and a giant pickle and a whole jalapeno. That's awesome.
That's this month's Texas Monthly, Trish.
Yep.
All right. It's the JB and Sandy show. If you're just joining us, grab the podcast version. Stick around. We got more coming up on Austin's 80s station. Oh, don't go anywhere. Let me just say this. So I'm going to share with you guys what the internet is calling the most insufferable conversation ever. And it's true. All right. I will tell you who's involved and you'll hear it coming up next on Austin's 80s station, 103.1.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
I'm Molly Roberts.
And I'm Drew Goins. Each Friday on Impromptu, we talk through the questions we can't stop thinking about.
Do we need to rethink how much we drink?
Why are companies really asking workers to come back to the office?
Does boycotting a business actually work?
Should we quit social media?
We're here when the news gets personal and the headlines hit home.
Join Molly and me every Friday on Impromptu from Washington Post Opinions.
Find Impromptu wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Rodney Williams.
And I'm Travis Holloway. Welcome to the Wealth Break Podcast, a real conversation about finance.
Let's be honest. Building wealth doesn't look the same for everyone.
I feel like sometimes being broke is a cycle and that we might have to revisit that.
And we're not stopping at success stories.
What happens when it doesn't go right? How do you cope with it?
Because wealth isn't just about money. It's about creating a life where you thrive and help others do the same.
Listen to the Wealth Break Podcast on the iHeartRadio app,